Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome to study of Bhagwad Gita with Dr. Atul Chokshi, Dean of Institute of Spiritual Sciences.
Namaste everyone and welcome to our continuous study of Bhagwad Gita. As stated, we have been doing the chapter number 7, which is titled as Gnan Vignan Yoga, and we have done up to the verse 16 last time. And verse 16 reads that God explains that there are four kinds of people who come to worship me. So as we know, there are some people go towards the spiritual path, and some people never go. So God says those are sukrutino and duskrutino. Sukrutino means righteous people, or who have affection, love for God, and out of that there are four kinds of people who come to worship me. That's what we studied last time, and we will just go over that again. So the Lord says, Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukrutino Arjuna, arto jignasu artharthi gnani cha bharatarsava. Arjuna, he tells his disciple Arjuna that Arjuna, there are four kinds of people, and those are righteous people. They come to me, and what are those four kinds? So he says Arto. Arto means one who is in distress. Arto, Jignasu, the one who wants to know more about the divinity or the about Creator and creation. So Arto, Jignasu, and Artharthi means the one who wants more of worldly things. That is Artharthi. So Arto means the one who is in distress. Like we all remember God when we are in distress and we are helpless. You lose your passport 3 days before a trip and you are in extreme distress. And you can't figure it out where you lost it, and you are running around and you are worshiping God. Oh, please help me out. No, that is distress. Or somebody loses very valuable thing, or they loses or the child is kidnapped, or child they can't find, and then they go in tremendous distress. This is distress. Even if the child is not kidnapped, but it can happen. It's a real story. It happened to us when Krishna was 4 years old. My daughter, we went to a shopping mall, and she was a little mischievous, so she disappeared for time being, and then we were scared to death that where did she go? And it took about half an hour before she came out behind the rack of the clothings, and she was hiding there. But for that half an hour was an extreme distress. So these are the examples of distress. So whenever somebody is in distress, so that is called artho. Jignasu, he wants to know that there is a creation, there must be a creator. He has some idea, a vague idea that creator is there, and he wants to understand more about the creator. That is called Jignasu, that he wants to understand more. Artharthi means he wants more. That I have two businesses and I'm trying to make a third deal, and I worship God. Oh God, please make this deal for me. Means I'm asking more and more. That is Artharthi means I am looking for the objects of the world for more sensual enjoyment. So that is called Artharthi. And the fourth one, God says, is Gnani. Fourth one is a Gnani, means the one who is convinced, who has figured it out himself from other teachers, masters, and scriptures, that it is the creator is the thing to seek for. And he has found the futility of worldly things and worldly objects, living and non-living. And he wants to progress further towards God, because the worldly thing doesn't interest him anymore, and now he wants to go towards the godly thing, and sincerely, very diligently, he goes on this path that is called Grani. So Chaturvida bhajanti mam jana sukritino Arjuna arto jignasu arthati grani cha bhartarsava. So that's the last time we covered that sloka partly. So now we will start the 17th sloka, where God says, out of these four people, Tesham Gnani Nityukta. The verse number 17 reads, Tesham Gnani Nityukta Akbhaktir Visishyate Priyo hi gnanino atyartham yasacha mama priya. So word by word, Tesham, out of these four, Tesham Gnani, the one who is a true seeker and who has understood. Tesham Gnani, what kind? Nitya Yukta. Nitya means always, Yukta means united. Tesham Gnani Nitya Yukta, Ek Bhaktir Visishyate. He has only one goal. And Bhakti means devotion. Bhakti also means seeking. He is seeking the ultimate God. So, ek bhakti, he is seeking only one. He has only one goal. So tesham gnani nitya yukta ak bhaktir visishyate. Such a gnani excels out of all these. Visishyate. Priyo hi gnani no atyartham aham. So God says, the for a gnani loves me so dearly. Priyo hi means definitely Priyo hi gnani no to a gnani atyartham. I am very dear to gnani. And Sacha Mama Priyaha, and that Gnani is very dear to me. Because the Gnani has no other goal in life. He has only one goal. He has understood that everything else is futile. And he is pursuing now his ultimate journey. That is a because of that reason, God says Gnani is very special to me. So what Gnani is doing is called Ananya Bhakti. Anya means something else. Ananya means nothing else. Means nothing else interests him. So Ananya Bhakti means his devotion is one-pointed devotion. So the Ananya is a very dear word to God, and there are at least five, six slokas which where the Ananya is emphasized. So Ananya Bhakti means those who are devoted solely towards God. So that explains God in chapter 8 that he says that Ananya Cheta Satatam. He says Ananya Cheta means consciousness. No consciousness nowhere else. Ananya Cheta Satatam. Satatam means constantly. Ananya Cheta Satatam. Yomam Smrati Nityasya. The one who remembers me always. Nityam is daily. Was Ananya Cheta Satatam. Yomam Smrati Nityasya. Tasya Aham Sulava Partha. For such a being, I'm very easy. Only one place God says I'm very easy. Tasya aham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yogina. See the beauty in this sloka? So ananya cheta means consciousness is nowhere else. Ananya cheta satatam means constantly. Ananya Yo mam smarati nityasa, who remembers me every day, or seeks me every day. Nityas. Tasya, to them, sulabha, means I'm easy, sulabha partha. Nitya yuktasya yogina, always united with me. Means his consciousness is always in me, and such a being, when we become such a being, God says, I'm very easy. At the moment, our consciousness is diverted in multiple directions. That we want diplomas, we want beautiful things, we want useful things, we want prosperity, we want name, we want fame. Our goals are multiple, and our efforts are in multiple directions. While the gnani, or a man, the true seeker, which is also known as yogi, has only one goal, and that is Ananya Cheta Sattva. At the moment, we can't do that because our mind is contaminated. That's why we all can't become Ananya Bhakta. Because our mind is contaminated with what? Raga, Dvesha, Moha. Because of that, the attachment, aversion, liking for the worldly things, certain things we want to avoid. We don't like bad things or ugly things which cause us the pain. We like the good things and we won't get attached. So raga, dvesha, and added with the maya and confusion, delusions, moha and maya. These things have covered our mind, so we can't do it. So we can't become Ananya till your mind is prepared. So mind is the instrument by which we will go either towards the world or towards God. The purified mind, which is devoid of raga, dvesh, confusion, and delusion, delusion means wrong judgments. It's that mind can take us there. So how do you make the mind pure? So Sant Kabir, our Sant Kabir ji, is an example of a real Gnani, which we have and which has presented the knowledge in a very simple language. He says, Kabira ye man maleen hai. Sant Kabir ji says, Kabira ye man maleen hai. Dhoye chute na rang. It is not going to get easily clean. कबीरा ये मन मलिन है धोए छूटे ना रंग एक छूटे सतनाम से एक छूटे सत्संग. There are only two ways of removing this dirt that you have accumulated over the lifetime and many lives, that can only be removed by Satnam, this is the God, worship of God, God's name, and Satsanga, and company of devoted seekers. Satsanga means the attachment to ultimate truth is Sat and Sangha. So Sat, Sangha, or the people who are interested in Sat, such people's company and the name of God will make purify your mind. There is no other way. So कबीरा ये मन मलिन है धोए छूटे ना रंग एक छूटे सतनाम से एक छूटे सत्संग. And once you do the mind very clean, what will happen? So whatever happens, that Kabira man nirmal bhaya. Means now your mind is prepared. Kabira man nirmal bhaya. जैसे गंगा नीर, जैसे like water of Ganges. Ganges is a symbol of knowledge and purity. जैसे गंगा नीर पीछे पीछे हरि फिरे कहत कबीर कबीर. Now God will want you. You want God and God wants you because your mind is pure. So, so so the purity of mind is extremely important, and there's a prima facie requirement for the spiritual path. You can't go on a spiritual path when you are contaminated with raga, dvesha, jealousy, and all this kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsar. These six evils that we all are likely to pick up and are colored with them. There's kama, krodha, lobha, greed, moha, mada means arrogance, and matsar, jealousy. All that has to be removed before you get anywhere. So that's it. And Gnani has done that. So the Gnani is prepared. Gnani is the right kind of a seeker, and he moves in that direction, and that's why Gnani is very dear to God. And for that, our company is extremely important. Anything bad that we picked up in the world comes from somebody, some friend, some acquaintance that we picked up. So the company is extremely important. Those who smoke, remember the first cigarette somebody gave was your friend or somebody whom you know. The first drink somebody gave was your friend or your known to you. So company, and first time somebody talks about Gita, also you remember that is also your friend. So company is extremely important. The company will color you. There is no way out of it. We have to choose the company to be ready to go on this path. So again, Kabirji. Kabira tase sangha karo. Kabirji says, you make a company of who? Kabira tase sangha karo, jore bhaje satanam. The one who is worshipping God and towards the path. Kabira tase sangha karo, jore bhaje satanam. Raja, Rana, Chhatrapati, Naam bina bekam. Anybody else with education, diplomas, titles, senators, they're fine on their own way, but they will not take you Godwards. They are not of much great significance. So Kabirji guides us for everything. So once you go on this path, the seeker or gnani develops the distaste for the world slowly, because mind cannot keep two things at one time. So it cannot be attached to the world and it cannot be attached to the God. It is at any given time, it can't do two things. So more godly attachment, less worldly attachment. More worldly attachment, less likely that you will go on the spiritual path, because the mind cannot handle these two different paths. They are north and south. So the Grani, because he has understood from the other saints, other scriptures, and his friends, the divine, those who are seekers, and his goal is definite now, and his target is definite, and his effort is definite. Means he's unshakable in his efforts, and he puts tremendous effort. So again, this comes in as in 13th chapter, I think. Maicha ananya yogena. See again ananya. Maicha ananya yogena. Bhaktir avyabhicharini. Uncontaminated bhakti. Avyabhicharini means uncontaminated. Maicha ananya yogena. Bhaktir avyabhicharini. Vivikta desha sevitvam arati jana sansadi. Such a seeker does not like the crowds. He wants to be left alone. Arati jana sansadi means he has a distaste for the activities of the worldly people, because he has no interest in that. So Rani, once he goes on that path, he develops a distaste over the worldly things and a great affection and taste for the godly thing. So his journey becomes easier and easier. So Grani is such a man. That's why Grani is very dear to him. And Grani, because he doesn't want anything from the world, he has realized the ultimate truth, that is all Brahman manifesting as as um, as the universe, as a Jagat. Means whatever you see is nothing else but manifest Brahman, and there is unmanifest God behind it. And so he is only interested in understanding and attaining to the unmanifest God or ultimate God. So he becomes kinder, better, generous, tender human being. And everything good comes out of such a gnani. We call them saints or gnani or yogis, real ones, real ones. And then such a being is a well-wisher of everyone. So sarva bhuta hite rata means they wish good to everyone in the creation, not only to human being, but he wants good to happen to everyone. So there's that famous bhajan we all chant, Tera mangal, mera mangal, sabka mangal hoy re. So not that the Swami or yogi is chanting this, he chants, he understands, he absorbs, and he leaves this. So Tera mangal, mera mangal means everything I want auspicious to happen. जल में थल में और गगन में सबका मंगल होय रे. In water, on earth, and in sky, means to the animal being, the aquatic beings, human beings, सबका मंगल होय. राग द्वेष और मोह मिटे, राग द्वेष और मोह मिटे, सील समाधि होय रे. Means he is wishing that rag dvesh moh goes away, and sealed samadhi means now I'm merging with the God ultimate. So that is Gnani. That's why Gnani is dearest to God And that's why God says he is my Atma. So that will come also as we move forward. No? So these great masters we see, Swami Vivekananda, Tulsidas, the Ramakrishna Paramahansa, all these are such great masters who left so much for us and who lived the life like that. So next sloka, this is the extreme goodness, the highest human being that we talked about, and what he does and what he stands for. And his goal is very good, and his method is very good. He's unshakable from his path now. So that God told Arjuna in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. And he says, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ek hi kurunandana bhusakhi anantaschasmi buddhi avyavasayina. Arjuna, the one who is dedicated on this path, spiritual path, karma yoga, he was explaining. So Vyavasayatmika buddhi means his resolve is very definite. One point. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, intellect, ek hi Kurunandana, Arjuna, Kurunandana. Bahusakhi anantaschasmi. But the people like us, worldly people, Bahusakhi anantaschasmi. Buddhi avyavasayinam. And our goals are many, our directions are many. When we are 20, there are different goals. When we are 30, goals are different. Every day goals change. So that is a difference. So Gnani is Gnani. Now he talks about, he says, God says, Udaraha sarva evete Gnani tu eva atma mev mata. That is the next sloka, 18. Udaraha sarva evete Gnani tu eva atma mev mata. Asthita sa yuktatma mamev antamam gati. Udara means noble. All are good. All four, even if they are coming for their desires or to get something from me, still God calls them noble. Udaraha sarvayevete means all these four kinds God describes, they are udara or noble people, sukrutino. Udara sarvayevete Gnani tu, but Gnani tu means but. Gnani is my Atma, means everything. Gnani is so dear to. Gnani tu eva Atma mevatam. Why? Asthita se yukta because he's established. Asthita se yukta. Mam eva anuttamam gatim. Me, because he has made me his ultimate goal. Mam ev anuttamam gati. Anuttama means highest of highs. One is ut means high, uttar means better, uttama means highest, anuttama highest of high peak, like Everest peak, the highest. So highest goal because he has made. So because of that, he is very dear to me. And once a Gnani does that, the reward he gets is the grace of God, unlimited grace of special grace of God. We all get grace of God. That is whatever we get for free, that is the grace of God, but that is a general grace of God or universal grace of God. Gnani gets a special grace of God by which he guides him, makes his intellect better. Buddhi yoga means he gives a particular type of buddhi to attain. So Gnani gets that grace of God. So, and because of his parabhakti, because his bhakti is called parabhakti, uncontaminated as a bhakti, which is niskam bhakti or parabhakti, highest bhakti, means wanting nothing else, only God. Not asking for any favors, no, nothing, but just grace. He is asking for grace of God. Bhagwan aapki krupa chahiye, that's it. He's not asking for worldly things or for few more children or few more diplomas, nothing of that kind. So he's like, we all know the stories of Swami Vivekananda and Bhagwan Ramakrishna, only one. Bhagavan Ramakrishna sent Swamiji to ask from mother, ask whatever you want. You want money, you want Swamiji was in distress. And he went 4 times and he went for help and he could not ask. He was only asked for grace of God. So these are true examples, live examples, recent examples who have lived life like that, who have written so much for us. And that is Sant Kabir, Bhagwan Ramana Mercy, Swami Vivekananda, and many, many. So that is Gnani. And what they get receiving that? God says, unlimited grace, unlimited bliss. I will take care of everything for them. Ananya nischintayanto mam ye jana paripasate tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyam. For them, I will conduct their lifestyle, their whatever they need to protect. God says, I will. Vahamyam means I will carry, I will conduct. No? So I will provide them whatever. That's why God is, another name is Bhakta Vatsala, means he has tremendous love for his bhaktas, true bhaktas. So when the true bhaktas gives a shout, God is instantaneously there. He is before they call Krishna, and Krishna is there. Like Draupadi was in distress and she was being insulted in the assembly, and she remembered, so, oh Dwarkadish, please come and help me, and immediately helped. So Mirabai, Draupadi example, Narsi Mehta example, Tulsidas example, all these great bhaktas, their things were taken care of by God. Even impossible sounding things happened to them. Mirabai was tried to be killed by her husband, and the poison turns into a nectar, and nothing happens to her. Similarly, Sant Kabir was tried several times to be killed by the kings of that time. That okay, if you are such a devotee, let me see how much power. And every time they came out. Means God takes care of his real bhaktas. So that is Bhakta Vatsala. No, so he has tremendous love for God. Only thing we have to do is to surrender to God. So once you surrender to God, God says, I take care of everything. And you have no other choice but to surrender to me, because the individual soul and super soul, they are not different. You are not an independent entity. You might think that you are an independent entity, but you are dependent on me. After giving so much of sermon to Arjuna and explaining, then at the end, in the 18th chapter, he says that Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya matpara buddhi yogam upasritya machita satatam bhava. He advises again that be one with the mind always dedicated to me. Machita satatam bhava. What will happen? Machita sarva durgani mat prasadat risyasi. Machchitta, with mind and consciousness in me, Machchitta, Sarva Durgani means all obstacles in life. Machchitta Sarva Durgani, Mat Prasadat, with my grace, Mat Prasadat Tarisyasi. You will cross very easily all the difficulties over. And then he gives instruction. Athachitvam ahankarat nasrosyasi vinasyasi. But if you don't, out of your arrogance, if you don't listen to me, you will be finished. You will be in distress. No, you'll be a loser. So mat prasada. There he says mat prasada. And then later on, 2 slokas later, he says Tameva sharanam gaccha. Go to his shelter. Tameva sharanam gaccha. Sarva bhavena bharata. With all your heart, go to his shelter. Means God. He points to God. Tameva sharanam gaccha. Sarva bhavena bharat. What will happen? Tvat prasadat varam santi. Sthanam prapsasi sasvadam. This time he says Tvat prasadat, through his grace. Because Arjuna and Krishna, they were contemporary, they were cousins, they were like friends. So Arjuna might have a doubt that how this my friend is telling me to come to his shelter and help me. That's why he says, Tameva Sharanam, go to his shelter. Tameva Sharanam, Sarva Bhavena Bharate, with all your heart. Tvat Prasadat, with his grace, Tvat Prasadat, Param Santim, Sthanam Prapsasi Sasvatam, you will get the eternal place. But that is the process. So Udaraha Sarveveto. So Sharanagati is one of the important things that God wants us to do, and that is the final path. That path that traded with bhakti. Even if you are a gnani, you have read all the scriptures, you are a karma yogi, but it has to be added with bhakti. So with bhakti, devotion means saranagati, nobody else but God, and then you will get it. So bhakti has to be merged with karma yoga, gnan yoga, dhyan yoga, all different paths. But those paths, they incite the love of God, so it automatically comes. But it's a, finally it happens with the bhakti. That's what God says. So that is a udaraha sarve. Now God says, how do you become gnani and how long it takes? Swami Tejomayananda, I was listening to him, and Swami Tejomayananda says that people ask, how long is the course for becoming a Gnani? How many years it takes? Like we ask, medical school course will be 5 years, and specialty to another 4 years, 8 years, 9 years. And so how long it takes to become a Gnani? And then God explains, it is a lifelong process. It is a cumulative benefit. Whatever you do is not going to get wasted or lost at any stage. So, Bahunam Janmanam, next verse, very famous verse. Bahunam Janmanam ante gnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlava. Very famous sloka, very often quoted. All Swamis, they give this. Bahunam Janmanamante, at the end of many, many births, because it's a long process. So, but you don't know this birth is last one or it is, so you have to take few more births. Bahunam Janmanam Ante, Gnanavan, the one which is dedicated to Gnana path, Gnanavan, like a Rupavan, Dhanavan, Gunavan, Bhaktivan, Gnanavan. Bahunam Janmanamate, Gnanavan Mam Prapadyate, means he comes to me, Gnanavam. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such a soul who thinks that Vasudeva, God is, Supreme God is everything, is very rare. Bahunam, word by word. Bahunam Janmanam Ante, at the end of many, many births. Means Bahunam Janmanam Ante, Gnan Van Mam Prapadyate, means it comes to my shelter. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, means everything is God. He comes to that kind. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Sa Mahatma, such a great soul. Sudurlabha, Durlabha means very difficult to get. Sudurlabha means extremely difficult. Sudurlabha. But every chance or every life you do the spiritual, that is a cumulative benefit. Only thing, if at all, goes with you is the bhakti or the spiritual process that you've gone through, not your diploma, not your multi-million dollar, not your assets, not your real estate. Nothing will go, and you will be stripped of everything. Only thing that goes is the imprint of whatever you have done, good or bad. Cumulatively, it will go with your soul like an imprint goes on a micro disk. That is Atma, that is Karana Sarira, or a very subtle part of the soul will go with you. It is your disk that will go, and you will continue the journey with that. Everything is explained in Gita. So God says that how it will go, it goes, it goes like a fragrance goes from the flowers, like a wind takes the fragrance, and that fragrance goes from one place to other. We don't see it, but it does. And same way, Atman, when leaves the body, Atman with the imprint, means sanskaras, will go to the new body and the journey will continue. Unless you have realized God and you have become a great Gnani, you don't need birth and death. There is a beautiful doha again, Sant Kabir. Maya se kaya bani. It says, because of Maya, you had to take birth. Maya se kaya bani. Kaya se sab bhog, because with the body you enjoyed and you got entangled in the world. माया से काया बनी, काया से सब भोग, भोगों से सबको लगा जन्म मरण का रोग. Because you had so many desires, so many kamnas, that imprint you carried, and that's why you had to take a body. Again, Maya se kaya bani, kaya se sab bhog, because of body you took all the enjoy. Kaya se sab bhog. भोगों से सबको लगा जन्म मरण का रोग. Means this cycle of birth and death will continue. That is the greatest Gnani explains. These are not theories, these are real. They lived life, so they are live examples of these knowledge. And like Bahunam Janmanam Ante, one knows that everything is God, means nothing else. So same thing Sant Kabirji explains again in reference to Bhagwan Ram. Ek Ram Dasrath ka beta. We all understand. The king Dasrath's son. Ek Ram Dasrath ka beta. Duja har ghat betha. Second one resides in everyone's heart. In animal being, human being. Dusra har ghat betha. Tisre Ram ka sakal prasara. Third Rama is the one which you see everything when you open your eyes. तीसरे राम का सकल प्रसार. चौथा सबसे न्यारा, that is Brahman. एक राम दशरथ का बेटा, दूजा हर गट बैठा, तीसरे राम का सकल प्रसारा, चौथा सबसे न्यारा. Gnani is going after the fourth one. And once he attains that, he realizes that everything is God. Moving and non-moving, rose is God, thorn is God. Rabbit is God, tiger is God, deer is God, human being is God. Everything is God. There is nothing else but God. There is nothing else besides God. Finished. That is ultimate knowledge. That is unmanifest Brahman. That is a sakal. Means that is ultimate. That is, and this is manifest Brahman, so that we see. All examples I gave, that they are the examples of manifest Brahman. How do you reach this stage? By studying. The only source is the scriptures. Only source is his guide is a guru, or guru means the one who has studied this. The scriptures. The guru has studied scriptures. That's why guru is very important. Otherwise, guru is not important. Guru is the one who has studied the scriptures and who has traveled this path. Kshotriya Brahmanistha iti guru. Means is very well heard, and Brahmanista means he is established in God. He has realized God. He has no doubt about it. So that is a guru. And that is a path who can guide you. And the spiritual knowledge, there are two requirements. It has to be kantastha and hridayastha. You should know it by heart. Even if but you must know by heart so that it rotates in your mind. So kantastha means memorized, kantastha. Hridayastha means realized. These two things is required. So, and how long it takes, well, how long is the course? So it depends upon your effort. Maharishi Patanjali says that in Yoga Sutra, Mrudu Madhyam Adimatratvat Tato Abhivishesha. These three will differentiate how long it takes. Mrudu means mild effort. Madhyam means moderate effort. Adhimatratvat means intense effort. Depends upon what we do. So Mrudu, Madhyam, Adhimatratvat, Tato api Vishesha. That is the one which will determine how long it will take. So that is that sloka. Now God explains other kind of people, means most of us in the world. And that is the verse number 20, where it says, Kame ste te rutagnana prapadyante anya devata tete niyamamasthaya prakrutya niyata swaya. First he described Gnani. Now he says, he describes the other three. Those who go to God for some desire, such as to acquire something. Kame sthiti rutagnana means because of desires whose knowledge or whose intellect is contaminated. Kame sthiti rutagnana means whose intellect is damaged, destroyed, or becomes minuscule. No, just means it is because of the power of kama. Kame sthiti rutagnana prapadyante anya devata. They go to the celestial beings, other deities, to quickly get the benefits of their kamnas. Tam tam niyamam asthaya prakrutya niyatasvaya. They approach the other deities to get their desires fulfilled. That's why no, in Hinduism they say there are many deities. We do have, and these different kinds of devotees, they go to different gods and goddesses to get their purpose served quickly. And they have that kind of faith that such and such devotee will bestow me this immediate result. So some people go to Mataji, some people go to Parvati, some to Saraswati ji, some to Lakshmi ji, some to Jogni Mata, all kinds of Hanuman ji, there's all other deities they will go and seek for the fulfillment of their desires. So it is called Sakam Bhakti. They go for purpose. And then they get their purpose served. That's what God explains. Kame sthiti rutagnana prapadyante anya devata. Tam tam niyamam asthaya prakrute niyata swaya. Because of their saddha. And then he says, yo yam yam tanum bhaktaya siddhaya chirtum ichhati tasya tasyam chalam sraddham tan me vididhamya. So whatever gods they go to, whatever way they go, yo yam yam, that is whoever, whichever path they take. So yo yam yam tanum bhaktya Shraddhaya architum ichhasi. With the Shraddha, they worship these gods. Tasya tasya chalam Shraddha. For their faith, I am the one who increases their faith in that particular deity. So God says. Supreme Creator says that to such devotees who go to other celestial deities for their desires, I enhance their faith in that particular deity. That's the meaning. Yo yam yam tanum bhaktya Shraddhya architum ichhasi tasya tasyam achalam. I make their faith unshakable. Achalam Shraddha. Tan me vididhamyam. I make that. So some people have so much of faith that they will go by foot and travel 100 miles to a date, because they have the faith and they think that this particular deity will give me whatever I want. And God enhances that faith of a particular devotee in that particular deity. So yo yam yam tanuma bhaktaya shraddhaya architam vichasi tasya tasyam chalam shraddham tan me vididamim. I am the one who increases their faith. So some people are devoted that, okay, I went to such and such deity and I got my things done, so I will go again. And the third time he will go and he is established in the worship of that deity. And God is happy with that. So in the next verse it says sataya shraddha yukta tasya aradhanam yate labhate cha tata kaman maya eva vihitan hitan, and whatever they get, that also is approved by me. Sataya shraddha yukta tasya aradhanam yate labhate cha tata kaman, their desires are fulfilled. Kaman maya eva vihitan hitan, granted by me they get this, that the result of their karmas and whatever they get approved by celestial deities is the one which is approved by me. Means ultimate giver is the Almighty God, one karma adhyaksha, means in charge of karmas, and karma phaladata, he is the bestower of the results of your karmas of many, many lives. Good karmas, bad karmas, you get good results that you have to enjoy, and bad results that you have to suffer. They don't cancel each other. So all that they get the rewards through worshipping celestial deities, that comes through me, nobody else. So that is very, very important. So that is the law of karma. Again, I will quote the Sant Kabira. So, bade bade कानून प्रभु के. God has many, many rules. बड़े बड़े कानून प्रभु के, बड़ी बड़ी मर्यादा. He has put the boundaries. You cross the boundaries, you will pay for it. बड़े बड़े कानून प्रभु के, बड़ी बड़ी मर्यादा. किसी को कौड़ी कम नहीं देता, किसी को दमड़ी ज्यादा. Nobody gets anything more than what they have worked for. दमड़ी ज्यादा. इसीलिए तो सारे जग का जगत सेठ कहलाता. He is the cashier of the world. मेरे मालिक के दरबार में सब लोगन का खाता. We all have account with God. And like you go and you put your social security number and your statement comes out. Similarly, the God has imprint on our Atman and your account comes up. If government can do by social security number or PAN card and gets your life history, so why do we think that it is not possible for God to get all our records by Atman imprint? So we will stop here. If you have any question, you can ask. Like I follow the instruction from Savita ji, who says take fewer slokas but go in depth. So we went in depth. I hope it is clear. You can ask any question which may come, question, comments, suggestions, and there are very learned people in this group. So we all have something to contribute and something which we need clarity.
Just to set the ball rolling, this particular shloka where in 19th shloka, Bhagavan says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samatma Sudurlava. So that means birth after birth. When I am looking at it as sadhakas who don't feel that they have arrived somewhere or there is real intensity, then is it discouraging somewhere that this birth I will not be able to attain something, so it's not practical for me to pursue
Yes,
this? I mean,
it's,
just yeah.
it's a very good question. God doesn't say that it will take many, many births, but most of the births we have wasted. We have wasted it so much that we did not acquire anything in that particular birth. So that's why it takes long journey. Some people are very intense, and if you do it, what we are doing now, if you do 24/7, this birth, yeah, last birth. That's what God says. If you do it, I gave you the computer, I gave you your intellect, I gave you your body, I explained through the scriptures, sent my saints. Now you know, if you do it intensely, this birth is the last birth. If you just take it easy and do moderate effort, that asset will go with you. So next birth you will start from here, from the same height you will start. So nothing goes. But why he says Bahunam Janmanati? Because we waste, because the attractions of the world are so intense that it does not let you go on this path. It is the attractions of the world holds you and waste your life. So that's why Bhagavan Ramakrishna says that the one who has not attained God in this birth has essentially wasted his life. Here we have very learned people from Ramakrishna Mission, Jyoti and her husband. They know every word about Ramakrishna. So these are live examples. So he said it is main teaching. This human birth is important that the one who has not attained, realized God in this birth has essentially wasted this birth. સાચી વાત ને જ્યોતિબેન?
Of course, of course.
She
Definitely.
teaches to these little kids the same facts, no?
That is very true. But when you were talking about, those who are in distress, and I was thinking about Gajendra Moksha.
Yes.
And that Gajendra Moksha also will answer Ashoka's question also, because how intense is your desire? And within like this, he attained, he was given the moksha. Probably he had this prarabdha, but the intensity of his desire prompted God to come down. And so the afflicted also, when you are, don't feel guilty or don't feel bad that, oh my God, am I just asking for things? Just go ahead, move towards. We are just human, and that whatever our needs are, who else are we going to ask? God is there.
That's
and,
true.
And he's ever present, and you have the hope, the shraddha, and you after a while, like Swami Vivekananda, he didn't ask of anything. So like that, you realize that, oh my God, it's a trivial thing. I'm bothering God for that. I'm not going to bother him. Like my cousin once said, oh my, this thing is lost, and God, please help me, and this, that, and other. So, yeah, so the intensity and your prarabdha goes a long way.
Yes.
And so keep trying.
Yes. So
never give up.
God says, I'm ever available to you right away. And it's like Mirabai, she was a queen. She did not lack anything, but nothing interested her. And she went after God, and then she attended God. And God helped her in every step. And they say that the last part that she merged with God, physically she merged with God. She disappeared, and in the temple, So these are right live examples, real examples of greatest of the devotees. God left that for us to be convinced about it. But you are right. In distress, if you ask, but you don't only go for your these sensual desires, and God, you have given me 5-bedroom flat, now give me 2 more flats and 3 more buildings. No, that is God says, okay, you are on your own. No.
Thank you, Dr. Chokshi, and thank you, Rajni Bhai. Any other question?
And also just Dr. Atul, you mentioned regarding Sattva Suddhi. And in Yoga Sutra Patanjali just mentioned about Yama and Niyama, and he
Yeah.
mentioned such in a South Niyama,
Yes.
and also there go with Bahya Suddhi and Abhyanta Suddhi. And that
Yes.
Abhyanta Suddhi is about your Sattva man. And
Yes.
that proclamation from the Patanjali, that
Yeah.
Sattva Suddhi Saumanasya Ekagra Indriyaja
Yes.
Atma Yogyattvani cha. And also Sattva Purusha Suddhi Samme Kaivalyam. This is
Yes.
the proclamation is guarantee. If your mind is clean, then
Yes.
you are going to see Atma. And
Yes.
you are going to have really very easily you have darshan of Atma, and also you are going to get Kaivalya.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
whatever that you mentioned in this lecture about the Sattva Suddhi and quoting about this topic about mind. So this is the really very clear answer.
Yes.
Once you have that clear mind,
Yes.
then
That the same thing the Shankaracharya ji explains. The Guru Charanambuj Nirbhar Bhakta Sansarad Chirad Bhava Mukta Sendriya Manas Niyama Devam Drakshasi Nij Hridayastham Devam. You will see God within yourself, you will realize. When Guru Charanambuj Nirbhar Bhakta Sansarad achirad bhava mukta. You will be free from them. Sansara. When Sendriya Manas Niyamadevam, control senses and mind, Niyamadevam. Drakshasi Nija Hridayastham Devam. You will see God, you will realize God yourself. So that is a Patanjali's cleansing of the mind, and that clean mind. That's what Sant Kabir also said, that nirmal mind. So that will get you to ultimate thing. At the moment our mind is very contaminated. So cleaning up takes time. We never want to clean up. We want to spoil it as much as possible and entice, and we deliberately go to the world. No, and the world is not sucking us, but we go and we enjoy everything, and we pamper our senses to the last minute. We make it addicted, and the whole time is runs out. That's why Bahuna Janmanam. Your time runs out. In that, and then, you wasted time. So, पांच पहर धंधे गयो, तीन पहर गयो सोए. Five means 15 hours you worked, and three means 9 hours you slept. So where is your mukti? ऐसे जन को मुक्ति कहाँ से होए? How can he have mukti? He has not spent one minute for God. So how can he get anywhere? He will get to sensual things. He will get diplomas, money, assets, and go to funeral home and go. That's it. And sometimes those who don't believe in Atma or rebirth, they think that's it. Whatever we see, the funeral home is the end. No, that is very silly to think, no, because it does not really make sense, no. So this life cannot just disappear after sensory living, and cannot be the sole purpose of life is to pamper the senses and make them addicted and live and then die. That cannot be the purpose of life. So, and that is not. God says that point blank. Point blank, he says, and that explains everything. Why some are born in a rich family, comfortable places, very intelligent, very gifted, and why others are in distress? Because this is a continuity. It is not a one-time deal. So, Randy, any questions? No, you are Christian or what?
No, I don't know what I am. And the Vedic knowledge is wonderful.
Yeah.
It brings up the whole idea of 200% of life rather than just 100. In other words, people have to fulfill their desires to realize that maybe there's more than just fulfilling those essential desires, but that's part of the evolution.
Yes,
And that
yes.
you can have both. You can have 100% relative means, but also 100% enlightenment.
That's it. You said it. Yeah, no, very, very true.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Maharishi Mahesh Yogi would say, you know.
Yeah, okay,
It's,
good.
we're
That's
not,
true.
we're
You
not,
can have
we're
both.
not
Yes.
denying the relative. What we're realizing is that there's 200% is that silence is what supports the relative, and then the relative, just by being in the relative, we're stabilizing that value of the absolute.
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
two work together.
Yes,
It's
yes.
the integration of mind and body and spirit.
So yesterday I was reading somewhere that Dale Carnegie, the great man, he was, one of his quotes, he said, why the animals and birds are not unhappy and only human beings are happy? Because animals don't compare with other animal. One cow doesn't say that cow's color is better or her horns are better, as they do not compare with anything. While we constantly look for validation from another person. So he says, don't look for somebody else to validate what you are doing. Just go on your righteous path and you attain. So because we want other peoples to approve what we are doing, that's why we get jealous, we get distressed, we get disheartened. You're very right.
I think that reminds me, this movie came out, Swapped, which was done by my son, which shows that the birds and animals have more empathy than human beings because they don't compare to anybody. They are there to help each other, they help to others, whereas we say, oh, me, and
Yes,
mine.
yes.
Beautiful movie, yeah. Anyway.
Only species that kills her own species is human being.
Yeah.
Only species that kills her same species is human being. And in plenty now.
Yeah.
in plenty,
Well,
in
it's getting worse
plenty,
now.
plenty, and that has become a main business now. Sadly, that is the main business. You turn on any channel or any news, how many got killed and how many we killed. That's it.
Sure. Any more questions for Dr. Chokshi, please?
So Premji, any question? Any question? Deepak Bhai knows there's a lot of people have joined. So
Question, just a thought that you said when you go from one birth to another birth and your soul takes your karma with you, right? But I was just thinking, well, let's say if you, in your next birth, you don't become human, you go to the animal, but that same soul will go in animal also, or is only applies to humans only?
no, there's a God says that if you have done very lousy karmas in this birth, you were very evil, you were very destructive, and you did nothing, God, you won't get a human birth again. You may get an animal birth because the animal body is more suitable for your vasanas of killing and harassing others. So that's
Mhm.
why you get a animal being. Those are called bhogyonis, where you only pay for what bad you have done. You cannot acquire good karmas. Those are called bhogyonis, while human being is called karma yoni as well as bhogyoni both. So in if you become a donkey, you are just going to suffer that life, and you go the painful living, and you will pay for your whatever bad karmas were there.
Yeah.
And then that computer of God, which designs what body, how long, that is
Mhm.
he under his care. His
Right.
care.
Keep doing
But
good karma.
he's the cashier. He's the cashier, and he has this that is called karma siddhanta, the laws of karmas. And so there's the formulas of karma.
Right.
Thank you, everyone. I think since there are a lot of new people, I just want to announce that we have an Institute of Spiritual Sciences in the temple in Mava, and every 3-4 months we pick up one big godlike figure. We've done Vivekanand, we have done Kabirji, and so on. So the next session we have is on October 10th, which is a Saturday from 2:30 to 5 p.m. And we are going to be discussing Bhaj Govindam. We'll have about 4 speakers. So please try to join. And those of you who do not know where temple is and all, I can certainly give you the information if needed.
So
There's
we'll
still some
discuss
time.
about Acharya Shankaracharya ji, and one of his best gift to us is Bhaj Govindam, consisting of 31 verses. I quoted one of the verses from that, and that is the summary of all Vedantas. These masters, they left such a small books also for us to learn everything. Like Ramana Maharshi, Updeshar. If you know Updeshar, you know everything. If you know Bhaj Govindam, you know everything. And Shankaracharya ji says, don't get involved with this. This is like a jungle. No, that is so much of script, of material is there that you don't have to learn everything. Learn the basics, important things, know it by heart, and then leave it and realize that truth. Because otherwise, there are countless Upanishads, countless Puranas, countless slokas. You can't even go through them once in your lifetime. So much material is there. So he says no. That's why he says, as a Geyam Gita Nama Sahastram. What's going on again? He says, learn Gita, Geyam Gita Nama Sahastram, and 1,000 names of Vishnu. Geyam Gita Nama Sahastram, Deyam Sripate Rupa Majastram, Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam. Deyam Deen Janay Vittam Bhaj Govindam Bhaj Govindam. So in 4 steps he says you can be released. Geyam Gita Nam Sahasram. Deyam Sripati Rupam Ajastram. Sripati is Lord Vishnu, Sripati Rupam. Niyam Sajjana Sange Chittam. Have the company of the people like you. Niyam Sajjana Sange Chittam. Deyam Dina Janaya Vittam. And if God has gifted you with a tremendous knowledge or wealth, use it for the needy. And these 4, Geyam, Deyam, Neyam, Deyam, and you will be released. One sloka.
Nice.
Thank you. I think,
One sloka.
so I'll just tell you, Dr. Chokshi is the dean of the institute, so you can imagine the level of knowledge.
So I'm a beneficiary of the institute.
What you will get. So anyway, I think it's getting a little late. So we'll try to close our session by reciting our shloka.
So, Rakshit ji, any question, comments?
Namaskar, Guruji.
Namaskar. He's a very learned man. He can contribute a lot also.
Namaskar. I was thinking of one thing, sir. That our mind, we do not have control of for how filthy or good our mind is, because we acquired that from our parents or society or the passing by thoughts of other people. So one thing also revelation happened is that like a bucket full of muddy water, we just keep pouring clean water, and eventually that bucket becomes clean. The muddy water get displaced. So by being in proximity of folks like you and listening to the spiritual knowledge, we keep pouring that clean water, and the muddy water can be eventually displaced.
It's a very good example, yes, and very true.
Hopefully we'll get there. Thank you, Rakshit.
Thank you. See?
Good. So we'll recite. Anybody else?
Yeah. I just want to say hello to Randy.
Hey,
I know
Janet.
him. How are
You
you?
know him.
Janet.
Good.
I went to his office and we did meditation together.
What's your profession, by the way? What kind of office?
Oh, he had a meditation office.
Oh, why? That's some office, no?
I think what we can do is at some point we can add 15 minutes of meditation to our class.
That would be
Very
nice.
That would be very nice.
So maybe by one time you should give instructions on meditation or whatever.
It's very easy.
Okay, good.
We would like to, Dr. Chokshi, give an introductory talk on transcendental meditation there sometime.
Yes. So whenever you are available, no, we will see. Next time we will do the remaining 5 slokas, and after that you take the session.
That's great. It's great. I agree.
If that is convenient to you, no?
Yeah. Well, we teach transcendental meditation, which involves a personal instruction, so people would have to have their own mantra. But we can. I think we could do something maybe.
Or one time we will arrange that in our institute where we meet physically meet face to face.
Yeah,
So
that would be nice.
yes, so we are meeting in October 10th. October 10th, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we are so that time you please come, and then we will set up your session there. No.
That would be nice. I think we have a Gandharva Veda concert down in Piscataway on that day.
Yeah, no, anytime convenient to you, we can arrange.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
be in touch.
Yes,
I think we are
yes,
lucky to have so many people with
yes. We are
so much
very
knowledge
happy.
and
And thank you,
diversity of
Janet, for
knowledge.
recommending this
Lucky we are.
this
Yeah.
poem to
Thank you, everyone. So I
You're
think we're getting
welcome.
a little late. We're going to close now
Thank you.
by
Thank you.
reciting our
Thank you.
shloka.
Okay.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat
Purnamadachate
Purnasya
Purnasya Purnamadaya
Purnadaya
Purnameva
Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti
Shanti.
Shanti.
Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.